I'm back!
Bluntly.
Down on the ground.
One is you need to do everything local even if you think globally. It means that you don't have to have a networked strategy.
Bluntly, and bluntly.
Growth be considered as a panacea concerning development.
Economic growth in the Congo is on the paper, but it's not the reality.
There's evidence, especially among students before graduating. You can see.
It may be strong, but people who are dealing with this, this is the problem. Or right people are not.
Bluntly with Anicet Yomboranyama.
From time immemorial, nobody has eaten omelette without bringing eggs. That's why we must polish up economic strategies in order to skyrocket. Do you have any ideas about economic development and welfare? Join us in this program. Bluntly, and bluntly. Everything is under control. Keep in touch.
Bluntly, and bluntly.
Bluntly is well done.
Bluntly is very nice.
In DRC, bluntly is an obligation.
Bluntly is exciting.
Bluntly is my passion.
Wherever you are, work bluntly.
Bluntly with Anicet Yomboranyama.
Sing to bluntly. English is the reality in DRC.
Bluntly, and bluntly. Everything is under control.
Hello everybody, welcome to the program. Bluntly, and bluntly. Everything is under control. Everything is undeniably under control in this program. Today's bluntly is really compelling. Today's bluntly is unprecedented as we're going to focus on something vitally important. Youth employment and development in the Democratic Republic of Congo. That's why I'm not alone today. Right here and right now we have Angèle Makombo. Hello, Angèle Makombo. How are you doing today? I'm fine. Yeah, Angèle Makombo is a leader of the League of Congolese Democrats, a political party, LIDEC. As a woman, as a president of a political party. I'm delighted.
Why not?
Thank you. Thank you very much. We have Chera Luvuezo. Chera, how are you today? Yeah, on my left. Yeah, Chera is a Congolese diaspora for change coordinator. How is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're doing well.
Are you in good shape?
Yes.
Good. And we have Edith Chowa. Hello, Edith. How are you doing today? I'm doing yeah, on my right. Edith, for the first time on Bluntly program. You watched worldwide. Yes, I'm very happy for that. And you are a Congolese citizen from the United States of America, from Texas. You studied there. Yeah, tell us the truth about the United States of America. And we have Octavie Nkama. Hello, Octavie. For the second time on Bluntly, people really liked your way of speaking. Would you push back a little bit? Yes, yes. Octavie is a global education consultant in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Also from the United States of America. Bluntly, and bluntly. Everything is under control. Angèle Makombo, would you take off there? Your commitment. Look at the camera as usual. Thank you very much.
I, the undersigned Angèle Makombo, hereby state that I love my country, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, commit to work for its economic, political, and social progress on behalf of its people and my land. I also hereby commit to work in compliance with today's Bluntly TV shows and state that all my speaking time will be fully devoted to speak bluntly, and bluntly.
Thank you. That's our motto. Please, Octavie, would you do the same? Yeah. Make your commitment straight away.
I, the undersigned Octavie Nkama, hereby state that I love my country, the Democratic Republic of Congo, commit to work for its economic, political, and social progress on behalf of its people and my land. I also hereby commit to work on compliance with today's Bluntly TV show rules and state that all my speaking time will be fully devoted to speaking bluntly, and bluntly.
Thank you. Thank you. Edith. Yeah, I'm really delighted for having you here on Bluntly Show. Let's go.
To be here. I, the undersigned Edith Chowa Kabamba, hereby state that I love my country, the Democratic Republic of Congo, commit to work for its economic, political, and social progress on behalf of its people and my land. I also hereby commit to work in compliance with today's Bluntly TV show rules and state that all my speaking time will be fully devoted to speak bluntly, and bluntly.
Again.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're blessed. Thank you. Tierra, let's go.
I, the undersigned, hereby state that I love my country, the Democratic Republic of Congo, commit to work for its economic, political, and social progress on behalf of its people and my land. I also hereby commit to work in compliance with today's Bluntly TV show rules and state that all my speaking time will be fully devoted to speak bluntly, and bluntly.
And bluntly. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bluntly, and bluntly. Everything is under control. Everything is definitely under control in this program. Today's Bluntly, as I told you, is really unprecedented. We're focusing on something vitally important. I always tell you, don't put the cart before the horse. We have to start by working. We have to work hard. And after that, you know, the country will move forward without problem because the Democratic Republic of Congo must move forward. But don't forget that Bluntly is the only Congolese broadcast where you can find joy, hope, and inspiration for a better future. When it comes to, you know, youth employment, what's going on the ground? Find out.
No youth can wrongly state there is no job in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The training session based on that message with the clear idea encourage young leaders in entrepreneurship. With the government program, young people have a financing support and are able to meet their needs and create a job of their own in DRC. They should not focus on money that hamper them, but rather plan their future from now on through creative ideas supported by saving actions. Youth are the masters of their job creation. That is what they should keep in their mind. Medium-sized business create jobs and contribute to the economic growth. This helps a fight for promotion and development of youth entrepreneur career to fight unemployment and poverty.
Thank you. Chair, I would like to start with you. Yeah, and we have to start from scratch. At first sight, what's your viewpoint about youth employment in the Democratic Republic of Congo?
Before I start, let me just thank you for having me back here again. So to be on the show is absolutely a pleasure.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people that watch it, and we always get to watch every Sunday night.
Yeah.
I mean, what I have to say about young people in this country, they are facing significant challenges when it comes to getting access to work. But we have to look at in many ways why obviously that's the case. I mean,
yes.
We're talking about, you know, there's not enough jobs.
What the first impression do you have about youth employment in Democratic Republic of Congo? What's going on exactly? When you look at the reality?
There's not enough jobs for young people, as simple as that. I mean, there's not enough jobs. I mean, every single year, I mean, each year we're talking about 2 million young people leaving university and obviously trying to get jobs. I mean, there's not just not.
Is it a matter of lack of opportunities, or is it a lack of, you know, a matter of?
I wouldn't say there's lack of obviously opportunities.
People
What you have
really
to do,
skilled.
I mean, also we have this problem in this country where we need to sort of promote the initiative when it comes to entrepreneurial, because it's not always about what the country can do for you, but also what you can do for your country. I mean, you have to utilize the opportunity which is available there and to make the most of it. I mean, to start something. I mean, we've seen a lot of young people on the street selling and doing so.
Getting a job in DRC looks like a luxury, you know. How to break off with joblessness in your country?
We have many issues. You know, we cannot just focus on how to help those who are looking for a job, how to get a job, but how to help them to create even the jobs. You know, and when you see what other countries like America have done, they back in the 19th century, they started doing small businesses. That's what actually brought the country to where it is right now. The small businesses. You get an education, but just you don't have to sit down and expect to get a job with the situation that we have right now in the country. But you can also create something. You know, and we have actually the opportunity now with all those I would say with the bank, like for the they give you a chance now to.
Now banks are flourishing.
Yeah,
in
they
DRC.
give you. You can get a credit to start your small business.
Yeah.
So that's something that is actually helping the country.
Yeah.
And yes, we need to create jobs, but we also need to help those young people to learn how they have to be more independent and have their own society or create their own companies, not just work for other people.
We need young entrepreneurs.
Exactly,
in DRC.
that's the word.
How many do we have today?
I don't have.
Do we train entrepreneurs in DRC?
Not that I know. Not that I know.
How can the country move forward if we do not have young entrepreneurs? That's the best way, to catch up, economically speaking.
When I see what I did when I was in the U.S., you take a class for it. They teach you how to have your own business, how to do your personal finances. Those are those little things that help you think about.
I think we're going to talk about also education, in depth. Mrs. Makombo, before you, let me give the floor to you from the United States of America. Would you share with us your experience about youth employment in the United States of America, what's going on, and in DRC, what should be done also, even to follow suit and move the country forward without problem?
Before I start, I'd like to say that I'm from Congo, not from the
Congo.
USA.
You went there to study.
I went there to study.
Yes, but you are not American.
No, I'm not American.
Yeah.
I'm Congolese. The subject is very broad, and I believe there is not enough time to tackle everything.
Yes.
I'd like to say, though, as a person that graduated from economics, unemployment, like a person that is unemployed is a person that is actively looking for a job and not finding one.
Yes.
And I do think that we have a hard time really defining what is the rate of unemployment, because we don't even know who is looking and who is not looking, and we have to start there.
Yes.
And the other thing is, I think that we have to focus on education and how it's done in the country.
Yes.
I'm not going to blame the system now, but what I'm saying is there are a lot of changes to do. When it comes to education, I feel like there's a lot of theory, but there's not enough practice. As she said, in the U.S.
You only have theory, but practice is not a reality.
And it's really hard because if you don't practice, it's a different reality out there. You don't, like, what you study in school is different from the economic matters and the reality that are out there, and you need to be in touch with the social life to see how it's done and to see how you're going to contribute to it. And
but let me ask you this. The cities are filling up with urban unemployment, steadily grows. How to tackle this issue? People are leaving, the countryside. They like to come to the city. And everybody wants to live in Kinshasa, where the situation is not really good. How to tackle that issue?
Well, creating jobs, of course, they're leaving because they find that they don't find opportunities there. They want a better future from themselves. You could say the same about people leaving the Congo itself to go somewhere else. Everybody wants a better life from themselves, and you just have to create things where they live for them to feel comfortable and feel that they're going to make it there.
But if the government doesn't provide youth with jobs, what should be the other, way out to solve the problem?
Well, as Octavie mentioned before, I'm just gonna take the USA. It's a country that wasn't built by the government itself.
By the government.
Yeah, and
but the private sector is playing a significant role.
Yes.
The United States of America, apart from the government, people are resourceful themselves.
Exactly. It wasn't built by the government itself. In fact, they make it a point to separate government and private businesses. It's a point there, and people have a way to make it for themselves without needing the government all the time.
But now you are here. We have to be pragmatic. What should you do for your country to move it forward? What's your contribution?
Entrepreneurship is a good way to start, like creating jobs, not only for myself, but for the people here. There are a lot of things, there are a lot of sectors that are not used yet. A lot of things can be done. The thing is just to find the ways to do it and find the people, right people to do those things.
But you have to find a way. What are you waiting for to do something?
Well, that's why I'm here for.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you about to start?
Yes.
Anything? Yeah. Angèle Makombo. The government is supposed to, to provide youth with jobs. But in the Democratic Republic of Congo, it looks like the situation is going from bad to worse. We have to catch up. What should the government do to help our young people?
You know, for me, the government doesn't take it as a priority.
Yeah.
And doesn't seem to have, to look at the whole picture.
Yeah.
We are said to be 70 million people.
More than that.
So, and 50% of the population, they are between 10 and 19 years old.
Yeah.
And when you look at another figure, 75% of the population in the DRC, no, they are less than 25 years old.
Yeah.
So we really need to focus on that.
Yeah.
And another figure, 65 to 70% of the Congolese live in rural areas.
Yeah.
So we need to focus on agriculture, for example.
How many farmers do we have in DRC?
We don't have many, and they don't have the means. And now they come with this big idea of having, big agro-industrial.
Yes. Why don't we have the culture of investing in agribusiness?
So we have first, as they said before me, focus on education, focus on health, focus on giving training, giving these young people skills, and have policies really focus on young people.
Yes.
So, 10 days ago,
and many young people are jobless in DRC.
10 days ago, we had the International Youth Day, August 12.
Yes.
And have you heard of anything they did?
Why?
Because we don't give that a priority.
Isn't it a priority?
No, it's not a priority, and it should be a priority.
Should be a priority.
It should be, and what should be done? We talked about the private sector, but the private sector should also have a kind of good environment to do business, and to talk to Congolese who perform in the private sector. They don't have all the good conditions, and the business climate is not good. So I think we really need to go to the basics and say, if we don't focus on these youth, young people, they're gonna, out of desperation, become, we have the kulunas, in the town, and those other Congolese decide to go to abroad.
That's the brain drain I was talking about.
Some even not brain drain, just to go abroad and stay there and look for small jobs. So that we really, if we give that a priority, and I'm still looking to get, the plan that the new Minister of Youth and Sport have for.
He's struggling, to do something.
He's struggling, and this ministry actually doesn't have a lot of means. They usually neglect this ministry. So, as I said,
but hopefully in the
education,
future,
training, skills, and we talked about entrepreneurship, but we have also to give young people, means to do business. So what is being done? No.
But do they know business? That's the first question.
Some do, and there are some training. Not far from my home, there is a young man that I really admire. He finished school, and what he has? He has what you call a small ICT under the tree, He has his computer, printer, and actually is making more money
than somebody with a
than the cyber cafe around, because the cyber cafe, they usually very often the electricity is cut off, but he has his
under the tree.
Exactly, under the tree. So we have to help this kind of people. When I hear people say that young Congolese are lazy, I don't believe that, because I'm a political leader. I go to the grassroots very often, and I see them. Do
you have the grassroots support?
I do,
as a
but we also have, as politicians, we have to focus on civic engagement.
Absolutely.
And actually that was the theme of this year Youth Day. And to really push them, not to wait. You don't get a job, you just stay home and you wait.
Good.
Think of what you can do, like this young man who has a ICT business under the trees.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bluntly, bluntly, and bluntly. Everything is under control. We have to do something. A journey of 1,000 miles always begins with one step. And the starting point in the Democratic Republic of Congo is about providing, young people with jobs, good jobs. As you can see, I have good guests today. I'm really delighted. As, the saying goes, don't teach your grandmother to suck eggs. They're really, well placed to give us the information about youth employment and development in the Democratic Republic of Congo. From time immemorial, nobody has eaten omelette without breaking eggs. That's why we must polish up economic strategies in order to skyrocket. Do you have any ideas about economic development and welfare? Join us in this program bluntly. That's our motto, our slogan. Stick around. We'll be back after the break. Find out. I'm back.
Bluntly.
Down on the ground.
One is you need to do everything local, even if you think globally. It means that you don't have to have a networked strategy.
Bluntly, and bluntly.
Growth be considered as a panacea concerning development.
Economic growth in the Congo is on the paper, but it's not the reality.
There's evidence, especially among students before graduating. You can see.
It may be strong, but people who are dealing with this, this is the problem. Or right people are not.
Bluntly, oui, Anicet Yomboranyama.
From time immemorial, nobody has eaten omelette without breaking eggs. That's why we must polish up economic strategies in order to skyrocket. Do you have any ideas about economic development and welfare? Join us in this program. Bluntly, bluntly, and bluntly. Everything is under control. Keep in touch.
Bluntly, and bluntly. Bluntly is well done. Bluntly is very nice.
In DRC, bluntly is an obligation.
Bluntly is exciting.
Bluntly is my passion.
Wherever you are, work bluntly.
Bluntly with Anicet Yomboranyama.
Think to bluntly. English is the reality in DRC.
Bluntly, bluntly, and bluntly. Everything is under control.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Tera. Yeah. This is bluntly. Let's talk about entrepreneurship. That's the best idea in terms of creativity. Instead of expecting everything from the government, youth themselves can do something if they're well trained. As she's there, you give her loans. She's going to do something. Do you have a project?
I have a lot of them.
A lot of, yeah, let me come back to you. Yeah, Tierra, let's go.
To start with, we have to help young people, when it comes to entrepreneurship, because it's not in our culture. People are not used to it. People are not used to it. People are used to go to university, and when they come out of university, they want to find jobs. I mean, they're just not used to it. We have to talk about it. It's an issue that we need to tackle. I mean, and we have to communicate effectively so they can get the message. You have to start something for yourself. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, there's 2 million young people leaving university. You're not going to get 2 million jobs a year. DRC just cannot give you 2 million. Well, you need to start. There's young people on the street. We look at them. You see them with woods and the plugs. So you come with your mobile phone. You can charge, and they charge you 2 Congolese francs. I mean, they can easily make 20,000 Congolese francs a day. I mean, it's something. You have to, obviously, you just always start from something.
Yeah, let's talk about small and medium enterprises. No, something where somebody can hire other Congolese.
I mean, but they have to be farmers. I mean, I'm obviously I'm in that department as well. I've been working with Developed Congo, which is a company. What we do that will commercialize business opportunities, and they're trying to get investors from the UK to come and finance projects here in the DRC. So a lot of people that we meet, they just complain about how they're not getting access to loans. I mean, that's another issue. I mean, they're going to banks. I mean, the bank is not going to give them 10,000 or 5,000. 10,000. And when they do give them, the problem is the interest is very high.
Let's talk about also how much do you need to build something, to establish a company? How much do you need at the beginning?
First of all, money is not going to be my priority. I mean, you have to come up with good ideas, not just good ideas.
Ideas,
you need to come up
but you
with
need means
money-making ideas.
after having ideas.
I mean, you can get 10,000 and I can get 1,000, but I have much better ideas than you have, and I'm going to perform better than you. I mean, you have to start with the ideas first. Good ideas. You come up with something unique, something that people are not doing.
But when you look at our leaders, our rulers, let's talk about rulers, are they willing to empower the young generation?
I don't think so. Like my lovely sister said, I think there's a lack of support when it comes to that. I don't think it's their priority. But the danger is that
the young generation is left behind.
The majority of the population are now young people. And if we can't create jobs for them, and
more than 70%
then
of the population,
then it's a real danger. I mean, these people, if they don't have jobs, you know what's going to happen next. I mean, they're going to rob people to make money. They're going to do all these negative activities in order to survive. I mean, we have to start doing something right now. I mean, we have to create conditions in which that they can find jobs, or to perform, or to come up with something, or to start their own business.
We always talk about mentality, the mindset. We have to change that, because like a computer, we have the difference between the hardware and the software. It looks like Congolese software must change. We have to put something else in our brain to change our way of doing things.
That's true. I think the government has to do much more than they're actually doing. They have to create a
Do
mechanism.
more.
Yes. You know, they have to talk to young people, you know, to direct them, to guide them, you know, to tell them, look, you can also do this, you can also do that. I mean, they're not well informed, you know, with what they can do. I mean, like I said, it's not in our culture.
Don't you trust in your government?
Yeah, well, it's not to trust the government. The government has its own issues as well. But I just don't think that this particular issue is being considered as a priority, and is very dangerous when it should be considered as a priority, given the facts that young people, like the majority in this country, and if we don't look after them, they're going to look after themselves. And when they're going to look after themselves, they can't touch to anything. You know, it becoming you cannot control them, and that's the danger.
Yes, bluntly speaking, does your government inspire you much confidence in terms of the creation of jobs for young people?
From what I've heard around, not really. You know, you don't get the support. You can have an idea, bring it to the table. You have to go through this office first, and then the next office, and
a lot of obstructions.
Yes, and then by the time you get to the last office, your budget is even half gone already. So they don't really inspire. They don't motivate. You don't. I know you can have a good idea, you can have the determination, but when you don't have the support, you can't get anywhere, you know.
Yes, how to stop thinking that, I'm talking about young people, how to stop them thinking that their happiness is only abroad, not here. In DRC, they cannot make their living here. They have only to travel.
Everybody wants to travel right now because of what we see on TV. If we talk more, if we show more what's going on in the country, how many people are successful right now, you know, we don't have to talk about somebody who has a big building downtown, but we can talk about that woman who is actually now selling in the market, how she has been growing. So those are the stuff that we have to share. We have to talk about it out, and then that's a way to motivate the young generation.
Yes, is it possible to change Congolese mindset, our psychology, to be strong psychologically, that we can move the country forward?
Yes, we can. I think we can, just by having some discussion, the other day I was sitting with her and some of our friends, and just, I think if we sit and talk with other people around about what we want to do, and at the point you'll be like, I have to think about what I want to do with my own life also. So you learn from the others, and just that's how we can spread the good mentality right now. So that you have to share your experience, we have to show it on TV, we have to have some advocates to go around and talk about.
But it seems that youth empowerment is a problem for our
because we lack support. We lack the support that we need.
Yes, and there also we need a campaign of sensitization.
Yes,
and you know, like new citizenship, as we always talk about new citizenship, we have to change our way of thinking, and then we can move the country forward. But let me ask you this: you came also from the United States of America. What have you done, Ishoba?
I've been definitely looking for a job, but I'm not sitting in my house willing to get a job.
Yeah.
I also want to do something on the side with
Yeah.
what I've learned.
What's your field?
I did marketing and international business.
Yes.
And then I worked with some universities about recruiting international students around the world.
Yes.
So I want to share my experience from the US. I go to different schools and talk
Yes.
about different scholarships that can you see from the US.
Yes.
So that's what I do, and that's a way to support myself and other people until I get a job, and then that I'm not gonna be home wait to get a phone call saying
But
here
now
you can
you're
have a
fed
job.
up waiting.
No,
for a
I'm
job.
not. I'm still.
Do you feel discriminated in your country when it comes to job?
You can find some. I find some supportive people, but also some people who look at you.
Yes.
With they are kind of.
Are they afraid
a
of
little
working
bit
with people like you?
Asking you why are you back? Are you here to try to get my job?
Yeah.
Is
don't get the
competence
an obstruction, like an obstacle? Yeah.
But it doesn't stop. It won't stop me.
Now, how to avoid that? How to overcome this kind of challenges?
Just have to work with it and don't take it personal and say that's how life is and keep going on.
Yeah. Yeah. The promotion of urban industrial growth is one of the best strategies in many developing countries to create jobs. Is it possible for African countries, mostly when it comes to the Democratic Republic of Congo, your country, where energy is a problem, everything is a priority in this country? How to prioritize?
It's not impossible to do it, because one of the factors of economic growth is production, and in production you see land, capital, and investment and all that, and you do need to have those things.
Does your country produce?
We have to produce. It's not impossible to produce. We have a lot of land that is not used. It's just the people that need to use the land.
Yes. A lot of arable land across the country, but there isn't anybody who can, finance and push everybody to do something about that. But you, as an economist, what's the way out for DRC?
The DRC.
Or the starting point, economically speaking, to provide youth with jobs?